Hi everyone! Thank you for joining me for our 12-unit drawer class. And I'm just going over showing the pieces that we should have and showing, hi Becca Boo, I love you! Showing the uh, little wardrobe that I'm going to have available by this evening. If you are used to doing my templates, you will not need to see a class on this because this is very easy. You will be able to see by the template where everything goes. So you can totally go and try it, but this will be next Wednesday's class. As long as it's not a dentist appointment. I haven't looked at the schedule. I know that Aubrey has a doctor's appointment on the 1st. Bradley and Dean both have dentist on the 8th. So I don't know what days those run, and I don't want to really think about it right now. But anyway, thank you, Becca. You said you love me too. Mwah. Okay, and I got my Fiskars trimmer at Joann's, and I used a coupon. I don't remember how much it was. I'm thinking maybe $24.99, because the one below that's like $19.99, and that one's the one that goes to like 4 inches or something. Yes. So next Wednesday is the 2nd. Thank you, Joanne. Love you, Cherokee lady. Yes, they do have the Fiskar trimmers at Michael's. That's just where I just got mine at Joann's. I'm sure that they're everywhere. Don't come in here. What are you doing? Sorry, somebody's trying to come down. Okay. So, now that we just started the show, we are going to start putting our top, bottom, and our sides on. So, tonight, Brittany's watching her.
Yeah, but Emily wants to know if she can come because I really want her to.
Emily wants to know if she can come with us?
No, Emily says it's okay as long as it's okay with you.
Emily's going to class, honey.
I know. Told her I'd watch her. I'll play the concert if we take her.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I cut my wire out. Actually, when you guys were asking me about it last week, I totally forgot that it even had a wire. My first one, the wire was a menace to me. It just got in the way. I didn't like it. And then when I went to use it, it got hung up on it. Probably after like a week, it got hung up. So that was my first one. I just ended up taking it out. And then this one, when I bought it, I seen the wire and remembered, oh yeah, it has a wire, and I just cut it out. I didn't even mess with it. I don't know, the wire just gets in the way to me. It doesn't help me. Okay, so I'm going to take bottom or top, doesn't matter. I'm going to make sure that all my tabs face the same way. And this is what you can see. What I'm using is the actual template that you guys download. And if you have any questions about my templates, just so you know, some people like will message me like 5 minutes after they purchase the template and say, hey, I purchased it and I haven't got it. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's not like an automatic thing. I have to actually go in and email them to you. So I check my email quite often. And so I will generally get that to you within, a couple hours. If it's like in the middle of the night or whatever, if it's real late, it will end up being, um, in the morning. But no matter what, if you order by the next morning, unless it's a weekend, I will get it to you. I do like to check before my Ustreams just to make sure if somebody has purchased, the actual template we're going to be working with. I try to get those sent out right before the show. Okay, so all I'm doing is putting my sides, my bottoms, my tops, my little flappy doos on, making sure all of my tabs that I glue on are all going the same way. I think that, you know, after a few more classes, you'll get used to kind of how I make my templates, and you'll be able to just get the PDF and download it and make it. And you won't have to use a tutorial. I know it's kind of hard to know what my mind thinks. Some people do. Huh, Becca? You know how my mind thinks. It cut crooked on yours? Oh, yeah, I would just take it out. I don't even know what that thing is there for. I've always had straight cuts. I've never had a problem with the cuts after taking the wire out. Before having the wire and the cutter getting hung up on it, that just drove me bonkers. What is, you were a bad girl not listening. What will be next template for next week? Next Wednesday will be, oh, hi, Carol Ann. Next weekend, or next Wednesday will be the wardrobe. This one. This little wardrobe, it has like drawers, and then it's got this big area for like tags or stamps or those doll stamps, and then it's got little cubbies up here you can put stuff in. And it's actually a real good size if you want to make this for your daughter and put a little handle on top. She can take her little doll closet anywhere. Replace the blade on the trimmer. Yeah. Yeah, you can just go like this. I've got my score and my blade on because I use them both constantly. So yeah, you just pop it out and buy these, and they're not cheap. But they'll last her for a while. I cut a lot of chipboard, and I think this blade's like 8 months old. That's really bad. I should have replaced it by then. But when I cut my paper and it kind of roughs up the edges, I'm just like, well, that just saves me from having to distress it, you know? So I don't have to distress it. Okay, so now that we have this, we have our top and our bottom, backwards, rewind, top and our bottom and our sides. So I know I can see on the camera, you can see these lines. These are where our shelves are going to go, right here. And then the dividers are going to go right here. But none of the dividers are going to be glued to this, just the shelves. So I am going to carry those lines all the way across so that I have a line to glue the sides of my shelves. So I'm just taking my ruler, lining it up perfectly with this line so that it will line up right on the side there. I'm going to do the bottom one while it's on the side. And let me just check in, see if there's any. Replacing the blades? Oh, you must be talking about a different cutter then. Because the blades on this one's a piece of cake. You just pop those out. Okay, so I'm going to do this side. And this side, and then these will be ready to glue my shelves in, and I wait to close this up to get my shelves in before I close this up because it's so much easier. I don't even think that I could do it without having, you know, my shelves in first. So the first shelf's going to go right here, and here are the tabs. This tab is going to glue right on this line. The top of this shelf is going to be flush with this line, and then you got your tabs on the side, and that's going to glue right on the side there. Oh, this isn't scored very, or let me get that better. It's got to be nice and scored. Okay, and then this is going to line up perfectly with the lines I just drew. And that's going to be our first shelf. So I'm going to glue that in. And you can totally use your adhesive of choice. I like hot glue, but I really got to move fast because I have to get this in place perfectly. If I don't, then I'm going to have to heat it up with my heat gun and slide it around. But at least I do have that option if I need it. Okay, and then my next shelf is going to glue right on the line underneath it. Whoa. So Aubrey has a choir concert tonight, and she wants to bring Monkey. And Monkey is a very good baby. But I'm just worried because I'm one of those kind of parents that if I hear a baby screaming, I'll be like, I won't say it, but I'll think, take your kid home, man. Okay, so now I'm going to glue these tabs onto the sides here. I don't know. Those babies, I know some people have a hard time getting babysitters and stuff, but I just want to be able to enjoy, a choir concert, my daughter singing. I want to, be able to record them and not have somebody's kids screaming in the background. You know what I mean? I guess because my kids are older now and my kids were pretty well behaved. I wasn't like strict, but I was like, I gave them the look. They know the look. And if you ask any of my kids what the look is, they'll say they don't want to ever see that look. Okay, just lining this up on the other side. I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but that's what I'm doing. I'm lining my my tabs up on the sides and just getting the sides glued. And for some reason, this shelf is not as long as the other one, but it's not gonna cause a problem for me. I don't know why that one's so much shorter, because it should be, yeah, it's the one that I made, so I just made that one a little too short. So now I'm going to take all my tabs and we're going to close this up. So I'm going to glue each tab in the corner. This tab to here, tab to here, this tab to here, this tab to here. Is there any questions so far? You had the same look? Yeah, my mom had that look too. I never got spanked as a kid and I never got in trouble because that look, my middle sister was, she was a terror, and her and my mom would go rounds. I need some glue sticks. They would go around, so that would scare me. I was just like, I don't want that to happen to me. So yeah, back when spankings were like beatings, like now they're spankings. Back then they were beatings and they called them spankings. Oh, I know I put them in here. The last drawer I checked. Your mom's lips disappeared. Oh, hi Jennifer. Oh, it was my mom's eyes. There was something going on in there that was unnatural. I'm telling you, unnatural. And lucky for me, my mother does not have a computer, so she will never know about this unless my sister's watching. My other sister. I have two sisters. I'm the youngest. Okay, so I'm going to glue this tab. I'll just show you. This tab inside here. And this is the top or bottom. Doesn't matter. I know I've asked this question before, but I got to ask it again. How many of you, when you are gluing using hot glue and your glue stick isn't pulling through when you trigger it because it's still kind of starting out, do you take your teeth and push it in to your glue gun? I have to know that I'm not the only one. Now this one to here. Make sure that's in there. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like if my glue stick is out here and I'm like pushing and it's not going. Like there's nothing coming up next and there's a little space right there and I'll like bite it with my teeth like that and push it. You've used your chin. It's serious stuff. You gotta get your glue when you gotta get it. Guilty Letty. Okay, we have our shelves. Oh no, I got one more tab. One more tab. I'm so excited about next week's class, guys. I will have the wardrobe available tonight. I started it this morning and I have the template all made. I just haven't scanned it and turned it into a PDF yet. Okay. So there we go. Now we're going to put our dividers in. Your divider should have an area cut out that's just thick enough, just wide enough for your whatever chipboard size you're using to fit in. And I'm just going to check these before because it's better to be safe than sorry. And that's why we have a little cut on that one and that one and that one. Okay, so, and I forgot to draw the lines on this, but that's okay because I'm not going to be using this one. I already have mine. So I'm just going to get all my dividers put in. Kind of like my parents were drinkers back in the day and they bought beer. They were glass bottles and they would have these in there. Like all the bottles would be separated. Oh my gosh, Cindy, are you watching me in my craft room? I don't know. What are you doing, Judy? Judy! We just became friends on Facebook today, huh? So they would have all of these dividers in them, and I thought they were cool when I was a kid. I'd play with them. But now when I see them, it just reminds me of, you know, case after case after case of beer. Ugh. Wine cooler. Okay, so lucky for me, I drew the lines on the template on here, so I can go by that when I'm gluing it right now. But I forgot to carry the lines like I did for the shelves. I forgot to carry them out onto the top and the bottom. But you'll need to do that before you add your shelves. You're going to want to carry those divider lines all the way on the top and the bottom. Hi, Archana. So I'm just going to glue these dividers. They're only 2 inches. It's just enough to keep your drawers away from each other. I'm going to line that up with the line on the outside. Hot. Okay, I was just looking at the chat, making sure I'm paying attention. So my tip of my Surebonder did something that another one that I had did. When I dropped on the ground, the tip of it went all the way in. There's no saving it. I couldn't get it out. So today I decided, well, I'm gonna take this whole thing apart and pull that pin out. Nope, it doesn't work. It's way in there. There's no way to get at that. So once it gets in there like that, it's a goner. It's a goner. Hi, Linda. I'm so happy you could make it. I'm so happy all you guys are here. That's okay. Oh, great. I didn't carry the lines on this one. So I'm just going to have to fake it. Just going to have to try to eyeball it. Anyway, any of you ever done that with your, if you have a SureBonder, you drop it on the floor and the tip just goes all the way in? The tip should not move. I don't know why it does. You know what I'm talking about? The little fine tip thing. This is going to be a quick class. I only have the drawer net left. Okay, so now we have our unit done. All that's left is to build our drawers. And then I wouldn't say that you would need to put any paper or anything on the inside. If you want, you can, but it's really not going to show. I would just do, you know, like out here, around here, and then also on the drawers, I would just do the front because I just don't see any point in doing the insides unless that's something that you really like and you have attention to detail. Okay, so here's the drawer. Your tabs. I make my tabs all the same every time, except, man, this glue gun's hot. Did you see that smoke? Oh my goodness, this is definitely high temp. I'm just going to glue my tabs, and when I glue them, I am going to make sure that this side is flush here and that this isn't any higher than this side. See? Is it going to focus? No, maybe it won't because it's a webcam. There is seriously smoke coming off that. So I just kind of push it and pull it so that I make sure that it's flush all the way around. And then make sure that you cut your little circles, unless you're going to use knobs. Cut those out before you put your drawer together because that's not going to be any fun. This is medium weight. It's 0.30. And that's what I recommend. Unless if you do want to do a heavyweight, you're going to need to be able to change the sizes because you're going to have to account for the heavyweight chipboard taking up room. So you're going to need this to be a little wider. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here's our drawer, and it slides right in. And then you just make, oh, what is it? It's 12. So yeah, just make 11 more of those, and you got your whole drawer unit done. Okay, I'm going to move the camera down before we say goodbye because I got done really early. So don't look at the, don't look. I'm going to move the camera, and I don't want to make y'all dizzy. Okay. Hello. Oh yeah, you bought some chipboard. That's right. Hey, I went pretty quick. There was no roller coaster there. So is there anybody that didn't see the cute little dollhouse wardrobe? Thank you. Isn't it so cute? I just love it. So I'm going to stop recording and then we can talk for a couple minutes. Thank you everyone that came or that is watching this on YouTube. If you have any questions, leave comments in the below and I will get to them as fast as I can.